We got him, boys. One of them dangerous insurrectionists has finally pled guilty. It's the first one out there. And of the 6 charges that he originally faced, he received a plea deal, which is weird in and of itself. And also, it's for a much lesser charge. So, a lot of points to connect on this one. Oath Keepers member pleads guilty to breaching the United States Capitol. Federal prosecutors obtain their first guilty plea in reaction to the Capitol breach on January 6th. John Schaefer, 53, of Indiana, and a member of the big scary Oath Keepers, pleaded guilty to unlawfully entering the United States Capitol to obstruct Congress's certification of the United States presidential election results. I didn't know that was a law or something you could break that's on the books, but hey, when you're the Department of Justice, you can just make up whatever charges you really want, I suppose. Is that just like a fancy way of saying trespassing? I'm not too sure. The Oath Keepers define themselves as a nonpartisan association. No, that means far right. Come on, just stop with your nonpartisan association of currently and formerly serving military, police, and first responders pledged to fulfill the oath all military and police take to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That sounds like something a terrorist would pledge towards. The Department of Justice said Schaefer was donning a tactical vest and had a bear repellent during the breach. Scary, man. Oath Keeper member John Schaefer has pleaded guilty to multiple felonies. 2, I guess, is multiple, including for breaching the Capitol while wearing a tactical vest. He was wearing something! And armed with bear spray. You know, that scary bear spray. Fuck off. And the intent to interfere with Congress's certification of the Electoral College results, the acting Deputy Attorney General John Carlin said. Oh my God. Doesn't that sound scary? Doesn't that sound horrifying? But what about the other charges that were there? And this kind of weird definition of what he pled to? Like, I don't fucking know. What's he going to end up serving? What do we got? The FBI had made an advantage of more than 4 arrests a day, 7 days a week since January 6th. You guys are doing a great job out there. I commend the hundreds of special agents, prosecutors, and support staff that have worked tirelessly for the last 100 days to bring those who committed criminal acts to justice, Carlin added. Schaefer acknowledged that he was a lifetime founding member of the Oath Keepers. Oh, shouldn't that be in the headlines? Some of whom, according to the Department of Justice release, are associated with militia groups. Big scary militia groups. And you know what those are? A collection of men, okay? Sounds scarier than it actually is. He further recognized that he went to Washington on January 6th to participate in the Stop the Steal rally in order to demonstrate his belief that the election result was fraudulent. That he forced his way into the Capitol building and then forced Capitol Police to retreat. So it took them 100 days, and they come up with a whole bunch of different people to charge. They were getting, 4 arrests a day, 7 days a week since January 6th? My God. And they got their first plea deal? Man, their fucking ratio of success is awfully low, it seems, considering when you're releasing anybody with a Black Lives Matter or Antifa past, John Earl Sullivan, let's not forget, just off scot-free without any bail, dropping charges. But no, they'll go after the big scary man who had bear spray and a tactical vest. And you're also burying the lead. That's John Schaefer right there. He's got that big scary Oath Keepers logo on his hat, and he's pointing. And that's all he did. That's all he did. Okay? Schaefer was a founder of organization connected to militias. Okay, so now he's connected to militias? Okay, this story gets weirder and weirder. In his plea agreement submitted to Judge Amit P. Mehta on Friday, Schaefer admitted to being one of the founding members of the Oath Keepers, a national organization that describes itself as, once again, a nonpartisan association of current and formerly serving military, police, and first responders at its website. Cool. Okay, well, who is this guy, right? The thumbnail already spoiled it, but just in case you guys click on stuff, that's cool. Is he a former military member? Is he a former policeman? Is he a former first responder? Let's see. The Department of Justice press releases on Friday said that some individuals in the Oath Keepers are connected to militia groups. Oh my god, and they cite the SPLC? Oh my god, they're known for being a nonpartisan association of currently and formerly serving military, police, and first responders, right? Oh, no, they're a totally leftist organization. Describes the Oath Keepers as the largest anti-government group in the country. Oh, no. So you took all the time to go to the website to figure out what they actually describe themselves as, only to take the word of the highly partisan, and that's the nicest way I can describe the SPLC, their designation that they're the largest anti-government group in the country. Fucking weird. Schaefer is also the guitarist for heavy metal band Iced Earth. Kind of burying the lead, guys. This I already pre-screened, and we're fucking like halfway down the article. Okay? They have it in the title here, but they don't mention it. So they're gonna use this to demonize metal once again. Like, I remember, I wasn't alive at the time, but hearing all the stories previously, the Satanic Panic, banning all the hair metal and then just putting in fucking shitty grunge, which we've been dealing with for the past 30 years. Honestly, what's the difference between the music in the early 90s and right now? If you can still find any rock music on radio, because radio's just devolved into fucking classic rock and shitty top 40 stuff that's all produced by more people than stormed the Capitol that day. Are they going to use this as an opportunity to demonize anybody who's a part of the metal fandom? These are the type of people that they're going after. A guy who was wearing a hoodie, had a hat on, had some bear spray. He was wearing a tactical vest, which is just a bulletproof vest, which, as far as I know, is not a infraction of anybody's rights. It's not against the law, but he was wearing it, so I don't know. That makes it seem like he was getting ready for combat. But also, if you're going to be wearing boots, does that mean just because, soldiers wear boots and you're going to wear boots? Like, what are we doing? Are we setting up the pretense for charging people for pre-crimes? Like, I don't get it. But this is all that they're finding. This is all that they're getting out of this Capitol riot. They wanted it to be so much bigger than it actually was. And by they, I mean Democrats, the Department of Justice, the media. They wanted it to be a big deal. And it's just turning out not to be. Here's what also happened. At approximately 2:40 p.m., Schaefer positioned himself at the front of the crowd that broke open a set of doors, being guarded by 4 U.S. Capitol officers wearing riot gear. Oh no, Schaefer admitted to being among the first individuals to push past the damaged doors and into the Capitol building, forcing officers to retreat. Okay, questions. Okay. Admitted to be among the first individuals to push past the damaged doors. So, okay, if the doors were already damaged, if they were already conceivably opened or ajar, what he's actually guilty of just becomes lesser and lesser, like didn't destroy anything, so okay. Schaefer was one of the first people to be hit in the face with a chemical irritant sprayed by officers. So he was assaulted by officers for menacingly pointing? If convicted, Schaefer could face up to 30 years in federal prison, but he already pleaded down several of his charges. Well, in fact, he was presented with a plea deal for something that is very oddly defined. We don't know what kind of a sentence he's going to get. We don't know if it's going to be jail time, public service. Said if he was convicted, he'd face up to 30 years. Well, he just pleads something down. And as you can see, it's just a little fine print right there. If you didn't believe me about the 6 charges, he's now facing 6 federal criminal charges. But he just pleaded down, okay? So this was the second coming of 9/11, right? A few angry men with a beard and a bulletproof vest walk into the Capitol and point and get community service. And I could bring up numerous examples of this type of behavior happening all around the country right now, right? In the wake of either the Boulder shooting or whatever one it was, several state capitals were breached and they had peaceful sit-ins. Nobody was charged. They still broke in. Or you can just go back to when Kavanaugh was being confirmed, when the U.S. Capitol was stormed as well by a bunch of angry cat piss smelling feminists. Nothing was done for them, but all of this was in the name of the Orange Man. So, you got to go hard after these people. But once again, like what we seen earlier today with Biden and his refugee cap, He just puts them in camps. It's a lot of tough talk up front, but when it's time for the rubber to hit the road, not a lot of substance there. Jon Schaffer did nothing wrong. He shouldn't be getting any charges because of this. He's a man who pointed and wore clothes. Ooh, scary. If that's the point that we're getting to, fuck all of this stuff. And just for that, I'm going to buy every Iced Earth album I can possibly get my hands on. Because they fucking rule anyways. Ripper Owens used to sing for him. Jugulator's one of my favorite Priest album. Fuck you, fight me. With that said, guys, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.